What's shaking YouTube? And I is your man Tivo. Welcome to Lords of the Law Marks presents the Cover Price Comic Book Shakers of the Week. We got my man Gabe with us, my lady Laura, and of course the official DJ of Lords of the Law Box, my man DJ Curse. Say what's good to the people.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody?
Yeah, DJ Curse is not going to play a mix for you guys but he's still going to cut up some numbers for you because, hey, man, dude's tired. Sometimes dude's tired, you ask too much of him. But, in the vein of Freestyle Friday, I give you DJ Too Fresh.
It's a man world. 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 Baby, talk. Baby, talk. Baby, talk. Baby, talk.
Gabe, DJ Kurtz probably gave you some flashbacks, right? Back in high school, right?
Yeah, man, that guy's rocking vinyl too. Whoever's doing that is rocking vinyl. So yeah, that's definitely a throwback. Definitely a throwback there.
So we're going to be doing the old school format where, although this isn't a top 10, my man DJ Curse is going to scratch up the numbers right before we drop the thing, because that's what we do here. If music and DJing go 1-on-1. DJing and comic books go 1-on-1 on this channel. If you don't like it, you know where the door is. The show is brought to our friends over at CovrPrice.com for your price guides, collections, and trends. Hit up CovrPrice.com to check out the everyday your top 10 and as well as the Shakers list, which we're going on later today to see what are the hottest books selling on the market today. This also shows brought to our friends over at Bird City Comics. Go to use discount code of Bird 15. Oh gosh darn! Use discount code of LOTLB to get 15% off anything in the Bird City Comics exclusive. And Laura, what do we got dropping this week?
So tomorrow at 8 p.m., there it is, Eastern Standard Time. This is our World Tree #1, but this is the third printing by Anna Marcano, and it's the black and white color hit. The original was very green, so this is just another version of it, and it did sell out really fast. So if you guys missed it the first time, another chance.
I'm digging it. That's pretty dope.
Beautiful, huh?
I know nothing about World Tree, but I'm down for it. So, all right, Ray, let's kick it off, man. What do we have? Give me a number one.
Sorry for the two. One.
Very awesome. That's the kind of introduction we need for the Shakers list.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
beautiful.
And I feel totally stupid because guess what? I didn't upload the graphics yet. So hold on one second. I won't put Ray. I won't put Ray on the spot here by mixing for us live while I do this. So you know what? You'll get some Randall Park since it's Freestyle Friday.
Hey.
The baddest on the microphone apparatus is here. When I rock a rhyme, often eyes are dropping a tear. It's so beautiful, it's America's landscapes when this man makes lyrics like the syrups that you pour upon your pancakes. My mandate is to grip minds like a handshake. Spit Orlando Lakes and go skinny dip with the fan base. Over any damn breakbeat. I hastily make pastries tastier than anything that Wolfgang makes. So take notes out of suckers, I make coats, lump of some like Bubba Gump, fishing on lake boats. I take jokes and turn the comedy into drama. I'm bagging on your mama, I'm Jeffrey Dahmer behind ya. I'm a rhyme writer, lock stock, smoking the ganja. Rebuttals befuddle, leaving a puddle of saliva, sillies. You couldn't handle Randall when I throw my grammar at you. It hit your head and you would think I threw a hammer at you. I point the camera at you like Herb Ritz. Develop it, then use the pictures to pick up bird shits. You're nervous as the impervious wordsmiths hanging out in Rafa's new crib come with the verses.
All right. All right, Ray, you want to cut one again? We got extra one this time. All right, what do we have for the first one?
All right, this is awesome. Thanks for the introduction. Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue number 688, the J. Scott Campbell Wizard. This was a 1 in 50 variant from 2012. While Dan Slott is considered a supreme Spider-Man writer by many, including myself, this run didn't particularly hit with fans. It resulted in low movement on several issues, which led to fewer retailers ordering these ratio variants. But we did get a 1 in 50, and boy, does J. Scott Campbell deliver with this cover. This depiction of the lizard is breathtaking, somehow improved over the depiction on cover A. Check it out. It's dark, but as mentioned, this 1 in 50 was very difficult to obtain and still is. So when it hits the market, it tends to sell out quickly. Recently, one did just that, netting $1,000 for a CGC 9.4. That's up $430 from the last all-time high sell of that same grade back in 2017, and up $500 from its most recent sale of $500 from back in 2020. That's almost caught up to its all-time high in a CGC 9.6 that sold for $1,400. And is quite comparable to be the most recent high-grade raw sales that hover around $900 to $1,000. The point is, people are willing to drop serious cash to secure this book in whatever grade condition it may present itself. When you have a cover that speaks to the people, such as this one does, prepare to open your wallets.
Damn. I mean, just not even a first appearance or anything, right? It's just high ratio variant, or is it low ratio?
Low print, high ratio variant.
Yeah, low print, high ratio variant.
Wasn't it? We've seen this before on Shakers.
Yeah, I mean, J. Scott Campbell did a whole run on this Amazing Spider-Man, where he also did some of the internals, which I didn't like the way he drew Peter Parker. He made him a bit too feminine looking for me. If you know J. Scott Campbell, he draws the womanly figure quite well, but when he saw male characters, sometimes they don't come across as as masculine as you would think. All right, number one on the list is Amazing Spider-Man, J. Scott Campbell, the Lizard 1 in 50 variant from 2012 on CGC 9.4, sold for $1,000. Damn. DJ Curse, give me a number two. All right, what do we have for number two, Laura?
Before I read this, shout out to Dave in the chat. Thank you for being here tonight. We're happy to have you. All right, number two, Brave and the Bold, number 11 from 1958. The Brave and the Bold comic book series is one of the longer running titles from DC Comics. Volume 1 is 200 issues long and ran from 1955 to 1983. The first 24 issues feature adventure stories from past ages and characters such as the Silent Knight, the Golden Gladiator, Robin Hood, and Viking Prince. The series was reinvented, starting in issue number 25 with the introduction of the Suicide Squad. Issue number 19 is comprised of a number of short stories highlighting John, the Viking Prince, and the Silent Knight. A number of other familiar characters appear, including King Arthur, Queen Guinevere, and the Knights of the Round Table. The cover story, Viking Prince, The Challenge of the Flying Horse, finds John carried away by a winged horse to Valhalla, where he encounters a legion of warrior women. These earlier Brave and the Bold issues are often overlooked by collectors, as most consider the later issues featuring Suicide Squad, Hawkman, and of course the Justice League of America to be of more interest. But these original issues contain fabulous stories and art and seem to be gaining steam within the comic community. The past week, we saw a CGC 9.0 of Brave and Bold number 19 sell for a record $1,450. Not bad for a relatively later issue in the early offerings of the Brave and the Bold.
So, I mean, Brave and the Bold number 11 from 958 and 9.0 for 1,450. That seems rather low to me. But, hey, man, I'm all about mythology and nice Arthurian legend and all that stuff in comic books, man. Give me more of that. Remember?
Right up your alley. This is Valhalla. This is you.
Yeah. Do you remember that book, Gabe? Camelot 3000? Was it Camelot 3000 or 2000?
Camelot 3000. That was Brian Boland.
Yeah, it was a DC book where it's like Knights of the Round Table that took place in outer space in the future, and and I'm all about that. To this day, I will say Excalibur is top 5 movies of all time for me. The Borman movie, not the subsequent reboots or whatever. They haven't done a really good King Arthur story since Excalibur, and I will take that to my grave. So number 2 on the list, Brave and the Bold, number 11. Give me a. And
also, I'm a big fan of the Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah,
everybody remembers that cartoon from the 90s.
That's right, man. Drop a tree. And later on, we should do like a trivia contest of name all the tracks that DJ Curse used for the numbers.
Wow.
That would be all right. What do we have for number 3?
All right, number 3. This is Cage. Number 2. This is the Bruce Timm 1-in-25 variant, Marvel Comics 2016. Gennady Tartakovsky is an animation legend. He's the world-winning creator/director of Dexter's Laboratory, Samurai Jack, and Hotel Transylvania. Oh, and that style aesthetic you love for the beloved Star Wars Clone Wars. That's all Gennady. Not only that, but he also created, developed, directed, and wrote the non-canon series as well. Keep in mind, this is different from the long-running canon CG animated Dave Filoni helmed Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So when Gennady took on the writing and art chops for a new Luke Cage comic series, fans took notice. Following in his traditional art style, this series was essentially a love letter to the character's early Hero for Hire days. It featured tongue-in-cheek writing that also came across as a parody to readers who didn't know Gennady's style. The old-school feels and costume was designed specifically for readers who loved Luke Cage since his creation. It's absolutely worth a read for those that fit in that fandom. Ultimately, the series was a low print run of about 22,000 copies by the time issue 2 came out. Asking retailers to order 25 copies to receive a variant cover was probably was a tough ask. Today, with so many Bruce Timm collectors out there, his art style delivered a unique throwback cover to an homage to popular blaxploitation films of the 70s. If you're looking for a copy of this must-have cover for Timm fans, then it's going to start costing you now $200 based on this week's new sale of a near mint raw copy.
Wow, that is crazy. $200 for a raw dog. And I'm loving the aesthetic of it, kind of like a old, blaxploitation movie from it. Just read the cover. He's back, Cage, badder than ever, with 2 steel hard fists and a big hunk of mean to drive him.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is totally awesome. Black Dynamite right here.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's one of my favorite film movies of all time too. It's Black Dynamite. My mama says you're my daddy, Black Dynamite. Hush up, little girl. There's a lot of cats out there named Black Dynamite. Number 3 on the list is Cage number 2. All right, give me a 4, DJ Curse. You almost gave him 5. Hold on. All right, what do you have number 4?
Catman Comics number 13 from Holyoke in 1942. In 1940, the world of comics witnessed the debut of Catman, a character whose publishing rights were owned by Frank Z. Temerson. The origin story of Catman was similar to that of Batman, albeit with a slight twist inspired by Burroughs' Tarzan. However, despite its similarities to Batman, Catman achieved a different level of success. Under Temerson's ownership, the character appeared in 21 issues before Holyoke took over and released 12 more comics before discontinuing the series and dissolving the publishing rights to the public domain. Notably, none of the early Catman comics published by Holyoke or Tem publishing titles are listed on the CGC census. It is worth mentioning that this week, a raw copy of the comic sold for $1,675, thus making its first appearance in our reports.
Holy oak. I mean, holy smokes. Yeah. Catman Comics. I mean, God. I remember, what was it? The closest dude to Catman was the guy in The Authority. Or no, remember the Justice Society had that boxer guy. What was his name, Gabe?
Dang it.
Yeah, he was like the closest. So on the Justice Society team, there used to be a guy who didn't have superpowers. He was just a really good boxer, and he was like dressed like a cat. Someone in the live chat, hit us up with that knowledge.
Wildcat?
Wildcat. There you go. Well, I don't.
Water Brooklyn got it.
Yeah, good job, man. So Catman Comics number 13 from Holyoke. I'm glad you said that. I was gonna be like Holyoke or whatever, but Holyoke sounds good to me. Coming in at number 4. DJ Curse, give me a 5.
All right, so number 5, everybody, we got DC Special number 11, DC Comics 1971. Neil Adams was a prominent figure in the comic book world. Mindy collectors knew of his cover artwork and would exclusively collect his works. Last year, we lost a great cover artist in Neil Adams. His primary work in DC was prominent in Superman, Green Lantern, Tomahawk, and House of Mystery, amongst much more. He was even the artist for the widely sought-after Tomb of Dracula #1. His depictions of monsters brought readers back to a time of horror. This book was a perfect example of that, showing the imposing gargoyle looming over the unsuspecting victims. This is a tough book to find with only 69 dudes, only 69 books on the CGC census. This past week, we saw a first sale and record high set on a CGC 9.6 copy. Out of the 69 mentioned, only 16 are 9.6 or above, which justifies the sale of this rare book at $655.
Oh.
If you would have never told me it was a Neil Adams cover, I never would have guessed. But then again, I say that about most of Neil Adams' early stuff. Like, I think later on in his career, his art styles was more pronounced, I would say, like the 80s, right around there. But like, I think earlier, like Tomb of Dracula #1, I couldn't tell that's a Neil Adams cover. All right, you know what I mean? There's certain artists that they progress over time, or they just straight up change their style over time. So, but this
I can see in the way he draws like clothes on these boys. That's Neil Adams, like folds and stuff like that.
Whoa, a little creepy there. The way he draws clothes on boys. All right. We're gonna keep on moving now with that one. DJ Curse, give me a 6.
6.
Almost satanic.
All right,
Game
this
Pro.
is a big like proof of life book here.
Is it? Okay.
So number 6, Game Pro number 205. Oh wait, that's not my turn.
Yeah, it's Laura's
Go
turn.
ahead. You seem excited
Sorry.
about this.
Oh, I saw the Matrix. I went for it.
Go for it, Gabe.
No, it's all good.
Oh, okay, fine. I was actually excited to hear you read because I've never heard this book before. So, Game Pro number 205 with Adventures of Sly Cooper number 2, comic insert. This is from 2005. We've covered the Adventures of Sly Cooper number 2 previously, specifically when a very fine raw copy sold for $350 back in September of 2022. If you recall, this was a promotional comic inserted into Game Pro magazine number 205 to promote Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves in 2005. This week, we saw that very sealed copy with this comic inside sell for $450. That effectively makes that the highest sold price for that Sly Cooper comic. But still, to see one still sealed in the Game Pro magazine is very rare. In fact, it's the only one we've ever seen. Often, collectors debate on whether it's best to keep these sealed or crack and grade the comic. In this case, the sealed combo definitely received a premium. So, Gabe, what is this? I've never even seen this.
No, it's a video game magazine called Game Pro, and it's like Wizard magazine but of video games, and they put in a Sly Cooper comic book.
Okay.
So Sly Cooper is. Oh, so Sly Cooper is like a ripoff of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, I mean it's an anthropomorphic raccoon.
Yeah, but it's for like it was made for the PlayStation 2.
Right, it's a video game, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So you know how Sonic was for Sega, and then all the everybody had to have some type of animal that was doing stuff. So if you have Sly Cooper on there, then there you go. Not to be confused with Sly and the Family Stone, but this is because normally you get the whole debate of, all right, do I open it? Do I not open it? Do I keep it sealed? I mean, people from all forms of collectors, from action figures to video games to everything nowadays, it's right. If you open it or you don't open it, most famously, this started way back when, if you guys remember the 40-Year-Old Virgin, where he was talking about his toys, and and he was talking about, don't open it because it loses its value, right? Maybe that's but that's been the the debate for forever now. There's some that you have to crack them open because it's just a plastic bag, but sometimes in this case, hey man, it's sealed and they want it intact, says it's probably such a rarity. So number 6 on the list is Game Pro number 205, The Adventures of Sly Cooper number 2, comic insert inside. All right, DJ Curse, give me a 7.
Number 7, Marvel Spotlight issue number 6, newsstand. Then this is Marvel Comics 1980. This iconic comic book showcases the origin and first comic book appearance of our beloved Star-Lord. It's worth noting that the very first appearance of Star-Lord is in Marvel Preview number 4 from 1976. But that was a magazine issue. With his recent new all-time high sale of $658 for a CGC 9.8 slab. This issue had gained considerable attention amongst collectors and enthusiasts. This is especially true given the completion of the Gunn MCU trilogy and the ever so exhilarating post-credit scene. With a current upward trend of 2.63%, collectors recognize the growing value and significance of this key issue. The most common raw copies are found in very fine condition, with a value of $26, providing an accessible entry point for fans looking to own a piece of Star-Lord's comic book history. For collectors seeking the pinnacle of preservation, a slab 9.6 copy commands a price tag of $300.
I remember when that Marvel preview book was all the rage when they first announced the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and they announced the team of Star-Lord. What do we think? Do we think Pratt as Star-Lord is never going to appear again, or no? Or do we think he's going to reprise the role? Because he didn't come out and say that he's retired the role.
I think he'll be back.
Yeah, because at the end of the movie, they were like, Star-Lord's going to come back. Right?
Yeah,
I don't think they can do it with anybody else besides Pratt.
But
I
will
agree.
he be a part of a Guardians team? That's the question, right? I meant, for the most part, Star-Lord has remained off Earth in the comics. I'm trying to remember when he's ever really stayed on Earth for like a really long time. I mean, it's just one of those weird things. And that
He was
Marvel.
coming around with the X-Men for a while because he was dating Katie Pride.
Oh, look at Star-Lord. He better watch out. Colossus is going to squash him, man. So Marvel Spotlight issue number 6, the newsstand edition from 1980, a CDC 9.8 for 658 bones. Go figure, man. All right. Give me an 8, DJ Curse.
Are we on 9 or 8?
We're an 8. First time ever, we had some preemptive scratching on the show, but all right, what do we have to rate?
Stormwatch number 37. This is from Image Comics back in 1996. The Authority was mostly unknown in the wider comic community up until recently. Once James Gunn took over the DCU and made his plans known for the team, that all changed. Cue Jenny Sparks' first appearance in this book during the Warren Ellis takeover and is a member of Stormwatch Black. She would go on to be a founding member of the Authority, a superhero team set to get the big screen treatment, and the new DCU. We've seen a steady rise in keys about the Authority since the announcement, and this book is no different. Before, it routinely sold for about $2 raw. No one even really bothered to get it graded. Heck, we haven't had a graded sale come through our databases until recently, when a CGC 9.8 came to market and sold for $560. It's hard to compare sales data, obviously, but just looking at raw sales tells the whole story. Sales were few and far between for next to nothing, even though on numerous superhero popularity polls, old Jenny landed in the top 50. Now she's got a whole new market to tend to, and it will be interesting to see if the other 14 books in that grade on the CGC census will test the market as well.
I hope we get a Stormwatch movie because we're getting Authority. I mean, I remember the Authority. I had the Authority first issues, but I don't have Stormwatch 37. I mean, at one point I was collecting all of Image books when they were coming out in 90s, and Stormwatch was one of the better ones that were. Was it who did the art on it? Was it Brandon Peterson who did Stormwatch? Well, it wasn't Jim Lee. I know that. I'm trying to remember who did the original Stormwatch.
Scott Clark.
Scott. He did the art.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right. So there you go. Yeah. I wonder where Scar Clark has gotten. All right. So number 8 on the list is Stormwatch number 37, CDC 9.560 bucks. This is easy dollar bin fodder a year or two ago before James Gunn made the announcement they were making a live action Authority film. So start digging in them long boxes. See if you got one. All right. DJ Curse, give me a number 9. Now is the time. All right, we got some extra sauce in that 9. All right. Oh, one of my favorites.
That worked out great. We were just talking about this book recently.
Yeah.
Vengeance of the Moon Knight number 1, the David Finch Virgin cover. Marvel Comics 2009. Moon Knight has become incredibly popular thanks partly to Disney's live-action adaptation of the character that debuted in early 2022. Fans are eagerly searching for any content related to Mark Spector's character, and publishers are consistently releasing spin-offs, one-shots, and miniseries to keep readers engaged. One such example is this Vengeance of the Moon Knight, exclusively distributed to, and at the time of pressing, around 150 members of the Marvel Retailer Resource Center network. Although the number of copies produced is unknown, it's speculated to be around 300 copies. We previously featured Vengeance of the Moon Knight in our weekly comic report last year, and it continues to be a highly sought-after item. This week, a raw grade copy sold for a record-breaking $3,000, making it exciting to see when these rare copies hit the market.
Yeah, I have a trade as well of this because I keep on telling you guys this entire run with the Finch covers is absolutely fantastic. Especially Probably the only really one I have a significance is the Virgin Bloody Knuckles variant, where it's like all black and white, but his hands are soaked in blood. That one's dope. But yeah, man, God, there's only 300 of these in circulation. That's crazy.
That's what they're expecting. So this is a raw sale, right?
Raw sale for $3,000. Raw.
The note said raw grade. I got lost. So it's a raw for $3,000.
That's
incredible.
Absolutely.
That's just one of those things where, like, collect how you want to collect. Love what you collect. But $3,000 gets you a really nice Silver Age key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Then again, if you have money to spend, then you can do whatever you want, I guess.
If that's what you want. That's what you want. Collect what you love and love what you collect.
Exactly.
Adventures of Moon Knight #1, the David Finch Virgin variant, a raw dog for $3,000. Bring us home, Ray, with the number 10.
10.
All right. I was actually kind of bummed because I hadn't made the list all night, but this one I will officially be on the list.
Oh.
The Woods number 25, Jenny Frizen, the 1 in 25 from 2016. It is common to see a Jenny Frizen incentive on every key James Tynion the first issue. The two fan favorite creators fit each other's styles so incredibly well. It's hard to imagine a time when we didn't see them work together. However, let's go back to one of James' early releases, The Woods from Boom. The first 5 issues of this run featured 1 in 15 variants, then ran to issue number 36 with no other variants except for number 25. The issue is noted as a turning point for the series and most likely offered up as a place for new readers to jump in. It offered an incentive cover featuring art from a rising star named Jenny Frizen. This appears to be the first time Tynion and Frizen worked together, foreshadowing immense success on future projects like Something is Killing the Children, Department of Truth, and most recently, World Tree, just to name a few. Keep in mind, by issue number 25, retailers knew exactly how many of their customers were picking up this title. Despite the jumping on point, it's highly likely they were only ordering copies for pull customers. The odds of stores picking up 25 copies of this series so late into its run are very low. Hence, this book's immense scarcity and highly sought-after cover for both Tynion and Frizen collectors. This week, it hit an all-time high sale of $140 for a near mint raw. Expect this one to continue its rise in value.
So what's The Woods about? Is it about a female Robin Hood or something? Is it something along those lines? Or am I just totally looking at the cover wrong and the title wrong?
No, you're on the right track. It's a very sci-fi, like you end up in this place and... Okay, is anybody going to read this? Maybe they will. I don't want to say anything.
It's from 2016, yeah.
It's very sci-fi, but this one I actually got given to me last week on Nearing Nerdvana. Somebody Hive Comic gifted this to me live on the show. So I'm sending it off to get graded now.
Oh, nice. All right, The Woods, number 25, the Jenny Frizen 1 in 25 variant from
Definitely read this, guys. Sorry.
Hey, you don't have to read everything. It's all right. Some people collect and just look at the covers and stuff. All right, DJ Curse, we're going to see what's shaking today. I don't know if you want to stick around or not, or if you have to go. I know you had a long day.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm going to break out for right now, but I'll join you in the future. Definitely, Tebow.
All right, well, man. Tell them where they can find you, man, and what your schedule is on if you want to hear some good music, DJ.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys are on Twitch, I don't know who's on Twitch, but if you're on Twitch, I'm on daily from 8 a.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Twitch.tv/I am DJ Curse. It's right there on the screen. And I'm on, like I said, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time daily, Monday through Friday. So if you guys want to hear some music, I play all kind of music, 80s, 90s, hip hop.
Check out his mix from today was dope, man. It was like a 80s alternative, alt rock, K rock type stuff. I was grooving, literally grooving. Yeah. All right, Ray. So maybe next week, you'll have a little 2-minute mix or scratch cut that we can do before the show. But I know you're tucking out for today.
Yeah, I'm pretty busy. So thank you so much. Thank you. Very nice to meet you, Laura. Very nice to meet you, Gabe. And I'll see you guys. I'll see everybody in the chat again. Thank you so much, Tivo. You guys have a wonderful evening. All right. You guys take care.
It's the only way to go, man. It's the only way to go. All right, let's do a seamless transition to the CovrPrice Shakers list.
I think
today.
that's how all DJs exit a room at all times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The horn. All right. This is the top 10 here. Coyotes was the one that really jumped out to me. That was
Sickness. That was a big one. Everybody's
No,
still
the
talking
Sickness,
about the book.
Yeah, it reminds me of the cross.
Yeah. So we'll see what's shaking the day, boys and girls. Ooh, look at that. I got 2, and this is my grail that I still don't have that I need to get. You know what? I would do 1800. I would do 1700 for an 8.0.
Yeah.
It's hard to fuck us find at these, man. First is Vampirella number 1. Not even the first appearance of Vampirella, is it?
Yeah, you should. This isn't her first appearance? Oh no, her first appearance is some like Fangoria magazine or something.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, but this is still on my holy grail because I love the cover. I think this is
Frazetta and Neil Adams.
Yeah, super dope, super dope. Well, I'm not doing too bad here. I got 2 in the top 5. You know what I'm saying?
I got those 2 also.
I would do Star Trek, but I'm adverse to Star Trek. But let's look at Kung Fu Fighter.
There you go.
Oh, good old Dick Dragon.
Talk about blaxploitation films and comics. Look at this thing.
Yeah. Richard Dragon, Kung Fu Fighter, issue number 1, first appearance of Dick Dragon, 9.8 for $1,400. Did you guys see the animated one where they introduced Richard Dragon? It was like a very 70s type Bruce Lee type thing. It's on HBO Max if you want to see it, under the DC AU, I guess that's what they call it. So it's like it's very nostalgic. So it has this 70s vibe to it. Even the music and everything. It's pretty good for what it is, and it's an old style animation too. If you notice the new DC stuff, the animation is a bit more polished. Like I just saw things people that watch that you should watch is the new Supergirl cartoon with the Legion of Superheroes. That was pretty good actually. I dug it, man.
My daughter
I always found the Legion of Superheroes to be goofy. Like, they always had these weird names like Elastic Lad, or these weird
Matter Eater Lad, Bouncy
Matter,
Boy.
yeah, it's all these weird names of these characters, and of course, Brainiac is in it, and he's a good guy. He's a descendant, but anytime we do a
Jim Shooter was writing that comic book when he was 14 years old.
What's that?
14?
Yeah.
Legion of Superheroes?
Yeah.
Well, that would explain the names like Elastic Lad and Matter Eating Lad, right? Tales of Terror Annual from EC Comics, 1951. Look at that. You got all our friends. You got all the little ghouls and gals on there. This is a perfect comic for a Halloween comic cover. You got ghosts and I think a werewolf type dude or something there. The Crypt Keeper, the Vault Keeper, the Old Witch, and the Crypt Keeper. So this is raw good for $1,200. Highest known value 6.0 for $21.95 back in 2019. Right now, but look at that. That is so dope. I love these. I had made it a goal to collect EC Comics like 4 years ago, right before the pandemic hit. And then when the pandemic hit, there was a renowned interest in EC horror books. And so now it's like, forget about it, man. Forget about it. But look at this.
Love that Titanic cover. It's beautiful.
Oh, yes, it is.
Fishnets,
black pantyhose, thick legs, showing through those DC Superstars issue number 11, 9.6 for $1,000, 2481 for 9.8. Not even her first appearance, yo.
This is a character that just deserves to be in a movie sooner or later, and it's going to be like a fan favorite. This is the type of stuff that people should be picking up soon.
Yeah, I mean, once I go back, like I said, go see that Justice League Dark film because Zatanna is like romantically linked with Constantine. Damn it, I knew it. Yeah, so she's like romantically linked to him. When he finds her, it's just great. The House of Mystery is involved. There's all kinds of cool stuff on there. Oh, is it considered a bondage cover? No, not pretty damn close though. But first appearance of Nubia, I believe, 9.2 for $995. Didn't she just recently come back in the Wonder Woman comics? Once again, nobody ever buys or reads Wonder Woman comics. Sorry, I said that, but you guys can crucify me later. But I can tell you right now, I've seen the sales charts. Wonder Woman rarely ever hits the top 20, top 25. It's a shame too. There's a lot of things they do with that character.
Hey Tim, can you go back up to that Friends of Old Marvel?
Oh, Foom. Yeah, there you go.
And somebody in chat was asking for it.
Yeah, Foom. Number 10,
Oh.
preview of the new X-Men team that predates Giant Size X-Men 1. 11.69 for a raw dog.
Ugh.
Highest known value 33,000 for a 9.8 that was just sold last year in 2022. Look at that.
Is that rival a 9.8 giant size number 1?
No, hell no. In a 9.8, giant size
Yeah.
is over that. Shall we look? Sure, we'll look. Why not? We're live. I'm gonna do it live. Oops, I think I put a little extra character in there.
I might be wrong, but for some reason that sounds like a giant size X-Men number 1 to me.
Let's see.
A Hulk 181 is about that price too.
I think I have to spell it right.
You don't have it in your collection?
Oh yeah, I do. Oh, don't look. So would it be under G? That's sometimes tricky.
I think it'd be under G.
There it is. Yep. Mine is a measly low 8.0, but it's signed by Chris Claremont.
That works.
All right. So it is giant size X-Men. I wonder why I can't click on it. Where's JB when you need him?
Scroll down to where it says full series. Scroll down.
Oh, there you go. Here. Duh, I was looking in the wrong place. All right, let's look at a 9.8. This is down here.
It's collapsed. It's on the right-hand side. View market value.
There's a little tab with it. Yeah, right there.
$72,000 and 9.8.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I must be having like pre-pandemic prices in my head. So.
Yeah, you are.
Jesus Christ.
I meant, I wonder how much my 8.0 is worth. Or let's see, 3,781. It's not bad. It's only going to go up once the X-Men, Kevin Feige gives it the X-Men treatment, but who knows when that is with the writer's strike that's happening and everything. I mean,
Yeah, they're apparently not going to be at San Diego either.
Nope. Yeah, Marvel said they're not going to be San Diego Comic-Con. I mean, I don't know if it's in solidarity or if it's just like we can't announce new stuff because we don't have writers. I mean, obviously stuff like Secret Invasion already came along because it was already in the can written and stuff. There's shows that if they were like long enough in the production, the producers could be the showrunners for them as long as the script was already written. But I guess there was some controversy about the opening intro for Secret Invasion was created by AI. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I liked it. It looked cool.
Yeah, it didn't bother me. And then people started like, I can tell it's AI. I was like, you know what? I just, most on the next episode, you probably hit that skip button anyway for the intro. You know what I mean? You only watch the beginning intros the first time. Then after a while, you're like, I'll skip through it. Like Game of Thrones, you see it. You're like, oh, that's awesome. And then after a while, you're like, I'll just skip through that. G.I. Joe Special #1. Congratulations to the person who gave out what the acronym for G.I. Joe stood. I already forgot what it was, but he was a winner. A CGC 8.0, a CGC 9.8, $800. Wow. $1,300 in a 9.8.
Yeah, this is a weird book.
Yeah, because it's got the Spider-Man pose, right?
Well, not just that. So Todd McFarlane did one issue of G.I. Joe. He did issue number 60. And Larry Hama hated it and fired him from the book. And by the time that happened, he already drew issue 61. Like all the pages were complete, and they had to get somebody else, I forgot who it was, to redraw 61. So this G.I. Joe Special #1 is the first time, the only place where they actually printed his original comic book artwork for issue 61.
No shit. See, you learn something every day, boys and girls. So this is from 1995. So I'm assuming the Todd McFarlane run was the original run from the 80s, right?
Yeah, that was the 80s. 95. This is when they reprinted it or whatever.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
That's when that came out.
But
that's what
definitely...
it is. It's the original artwork from that issue that he did that he got fired from.
Definitely Todd McFarlane. I can see Snake Eyes posing like this. You know, some characters they do this pose with everybody. I mean, it's one of the most homage covers ever, right? All right. For all you Italians out there, help me out with this. L'uomo ragno, la manasia in Ogotto, contin atti davisi fustiliti. Gosh darn.
Nailed it.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, it means all that being said, it means Amazing Fantasy 15 in Italian from Editorio Corno. When did this come out? 1970. Wow. So they finally reprinted the first appearance of Spider-Man in Amazing Fantasy number. Actually, the number on it says 18, but it's actually number 15, if that makes sense. But it just goes to show. Look at that. $800 for a 6.5. Those foreign comics. Look at that one's dope too. I didn't know there's few. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I didn't know there was this few reprints of it, but look, there's a Unknown Comics facsimile. There was a blank cover, Old Navy reprint from 2009. Wow, Old Navy did a reprint. Okay, that's really interesting. I would think that would be more. Milestone, another facsimiles from 2019, 2012.
I mean, even those facsimiles are they go for pretty good prices. 30
I mean, it
bucks,
looks like this
15
Marvel
bucks.
Legends reprint is probably the one that's worth the most. I'm assuming this came inside of a toy, right?
I think so.
Yeah, Raw Dog, 158 bucks on June 24th. So, yeah. This goofy bastard. All right. Who is this with Green Lantern? Come on.
No idea.
He has his little mantra that he reads in Brightest Day and Blackest Night and all that good stuff. Green Lantern issue number 21. Who the hell is this guy?
Golden Age for you, man.
Raw Dog, $810 in a no grade. 9.0, 2160. 1946 for. You can get this
That's not a bad price, I think.
A 9.0 from a book from 1946. Come on.
For like $2,000, like that's awesome.
Yeah. Almost there. Oh, my Ultimate Comics. I'm gonna just scroll these since we're up against 7:00. I have this too. Blank Mad Max comic. Oh, we got to look at this, right? Because it's topical.
Oh, it's Lion's Blood.
Yeah,
but this isn't his first appearance. This is another like a second or something.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man number 47. I mean, he does kind of don the top part of the costume. I think the bottom part of the costume probably wouldn't look too well on live action, but $6,600 for a 9.8. Most recently, a 9.0 sold for $595. What did everybody think about the trailer? I dug it.
I did too. I thought it was fine. Remember we asked Gabe this. He wouldn't watch it, right?
I stopped it in the middle of it, and that was it for me. Yeah.
Oh man, you know what? We're watching. It's pretty good. It's a lot of good violence in there. Hold on a second. We're seeing a trend here.
There's also a lot of Lion's Blood nonsense in it too.
That's what did it for
well,
him.
Man,
like,
you know, in the comics, he injects himself with something. That's where he gets his powers from. So maybe
but so do athletes.
Maybe they wanted to steer away from more, you know, because the same origins as Mobius. But then I was thinking Blood and Mobius is probably the same. So there's 4 Transformers book on the Shakers list. You believe that? That's why I was scrolling through these real fast. I was just like,
let's take a look.
Yeah, man. So
$700 for a 9.8. Jeez.
Yeah. Anybody know what the significance of this? It's got to be a first appearance. Thundercats and Thunderwing and the Decepticons hit town. That's interesting. Issue number 63, and then we go to issue number 69. The Gathering Storm, Grimlock, Galvatron. This was $640. Wow, and a 9.8.
A couple days ago, you can thank Void Rivals for all this.
You think, or you think it's the live action?
I think it's Void Rivals. I think everybody's talking about what Kirkman's going to do with this. He has a lot of plans for it. So
yeah,
there's a lot of Transformer and G.I. Joe talk over the last week or so that usually doesn't happen.
Yep. Well, I have my Transformers versus G.I. Joe book, so I'm good.
I got one too.
This is dope. I actually have the the whole miniseries, either 1 and 4 or 1 and 5. Another CTC 9.8 for $250. Something's going on. So did Kirkman say, and that's it for the Shakers Boys and Girls, did Kirkman say he was going to be using the legacy characters, or is he going all brand new?
I don't know
There's
yet.
been images that he's released that is of like the legacy characters, like with Wheeljack and Optimus on it and stuff like that.
We're actually going to have a meeting with him too. So I'm going to ask. I'm going to pick his brain a little bit and see what he has to say about it.
There you go. Straight from the Kirkman's mouth. Yeah, Kirkman did a lot of cool promo stuff for LCSs that were that were doing it, and he was shouting them out. So it'd be interesting, man. All right. We're all set, boys and girls. We're running a little bit late, and we're going to end a little bit early without the 1 hour going. So Laura, any last words?
No, guys, make sure that you check out World Tree #1, third printing. It launches tomorrow. And then next week, we have some other pretty big drops. So just make sure you're following Bird City Comics. And of course, Near Nirvana goes live right after this. Or not Near Nirvana, I'm sorry. Long story short, on Near Nirvana. There's the cover. Isn't she beautiful? I just love Anna Marcano's work. I think it's it has like an art germ vibe to it. I don't know. I like it.
Nah, doesn't look like art germ. Looks better.
Well, I think edgier art.
You can't go wrong with the rip.
I think women draw women better than men do. Does that make sense?
Frozen, yes. Turner, yeah. I'll give it to Turner. Lau. Or is it? I'm sorry, Lou.
Suzumika, she draws really well.
She does, yeah. Lotte.
Art Adams.
Adam Hughes.
Adam Hughes. What's his name? Stevens.
Dave Stevens.
Dave Stevens, Airboy. Yeah.
Stevens,
Gabe or Dave Cho. Well, Dave Cho is just a pervert. That's why. I mean, some of the stuff. If you follow him, some of the stuff he's just such a.
He's a wild man.
He is. Gabe, any last words?
All right. Thanks again for showing up, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Have a great weekend, boys and girls, and we'll see you Tuesday for the Cover Price Top 10. Until next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.
Shake and bake and pull it back. Oh my God. Somebody show that something. Come on and get some, boys.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 3 greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
TV. Now that's a name I've not heard. TV.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright. In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Come on and get some, boys. Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
What's in the box?